I'm Kristina Barlaan. I am a third-degree black belt that I just received this year, and I have been training for 17 years.
So this is your second Alchemize camp?
Yeah, second camp. Really, I had a really good experience at the San Diego camp back in January, and working with Maya and Sully was awesome, and I guess they really like working with me too. And so here I'm back again, and just love how I can see how they've been growing and making their changes and their adjustments. And I actually should be featured in the next camp next year, but in Pennsylvania at the lakes and the cabins. I'm really looking forward to that. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of me at these Alchemize camps.
Have you gotten the chance to do some activities besides just doing the instruction?
So this weekend will be my first time being part of a discussion panel, so I'm a little nervous about that for sure. I'll be speaking tomorrow about mental health in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, speaking in particularly about anxiety, depression, and my experience with it as an athlete and being a high-level competitor. I don't compete as much now, but being as a head instructor for Jiu-Jitsu program, seeing how that's important as well. So really excited, really nervous, but I'm looking forward to it tomorrow morning.
What's one of your favorite parts about doing seminars?
I think one of my favorite parts has been hearing all the stories and connecting with all the ladies and all the women. I think one of the most powerful feelings right now that I've been speaking about or been noticing, at least with myself, is like the word resonate, or having that having everything resonate with the ladies, and then that feeling of being seen is very unique. And I know I suffer from a lot of imposter syndrome, and I really feel like, man, do I need to do I belong to be here, or what have I done, or do I deserve it? And then connecting with other ladies and seeing that they're struggling with the same thing, and then we kind of have this solidarity. And on top of all that too, with my anxiety and depression, it's healing the sister wound that I have. Like growing up, I didn't have many friends that were girls or any other women,
So this is your second
or if
Alchemize
I
camp?
did, there was a lot of some trauma attached to it in some way, shape, or form. And so kind of going in my life where it's like, oh, I don't belong, and feeling like I was different and feeling like there's something wrong with me. Coming to these camps, and especially with the environment and the vibe that Alchemize is really, really trying to put forward, the energy that they're trying to put forward, has been feeling very healing and very therapeutic and very, I guess, cathartic in a way where I'm connecting to a part of myself that I thought was lost or I was cut off from. And
have you gotten
getting
a chance
to embrace
to do
it
some activities
and,
besides just doing the
and
instruction?
sharing that moment with such amazing women and such amazing ladies, and who all either share same amount of experience as me, or they're just starting off their journey. It's I don't know, it's wholesome and healing, and I really feel like you can't get that experience anywhere else. It takes to come into this new environment with all these different people, and with my social anxiety, it also is very overwhelming and gets a little triggering. And but when I'm in it, I'm like, wow, this is a wonderful place to be.
I know that the weekend is packed with a lot of activities. Do you think that helps create more of those opportunities where you can kind of resonate with each other, so you're not just passing each other during the seminars and you're just kind of spending the whole day with someone? How do you think this camp versus the West Coast camp? It's there's a lot more stuff here.
I love the variety, because I think that coming into here, I'm a jiu-jitsu girly, right? And I want to do all the jiu-jitsu, and then seeing all these other activities, it kind of opens my eyes and opens up my horizon. So makes me more willing to try new things. And it's because I'm meeting new people. I'm making some really cool conversations and connecting with some people that I would not have met any other way, other than, today I did the cold plunge. I was like, I didn't even have it in my bingo card to do a cold plunge this weekend. And I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it, let's do something different, let's do something unique, let's do something that I don't usually get to do. And this is a new experience with all new people, and there's something really exciting and something very beautiful about that, because how often in our adult lives do we get to do something new, right? The idea of play and the idea of getting in tune with our bodies and working with our bodies, and the idea of again, like, I guess getting in touch with like our inner child, like a lot of that gets lost after childhood, right? So to be, I guess, trying new things, to be learning new things when we feel like, oh, what else can I learn? What else can I do? You know, especially if you're like older, like, I mean, I'm not like super old. I'm 38. I just turned 38, you know, but I'm not as young as I look. And, or in you can be a baby in a different sense. Like, you have, like, there was a woman who was inside who said that she just started on her journey doing jiu-jitsu, and at 36 years old. And in that way, you're a little bit of a baby there too, but still, like, at a time in your life where, you know, you've experienced a lot of things already, and you think, oh, I can't experience more, or that's it for me. And then, but now there's these new opportunities. So that cross training, or that having that all available, you can come in thinking, oh, maybe I'm only going to do one thing, and then you see the opportunities available, and you know what, I'm going to venture out. And I believe that's so important, that we, I don't know, I guess, like, have that childlike wonder, or that, oh, maybe I could do something different, or, you know, feel encouraged to try something different, because now you're seeing other women who are also doing something new for the first time.
Like the West Coast camp, it's like there's a lot more stuff here. You don't really need to leave. How do you think that kind of adds to?
Yeah, I had a lot of women, like, either there's this first camp, or maybe like this is their first camp, but maybe they've worked with me before, or vice versa, like, where they've came to a camp, but maybe they've never worked with me, and getting a lot of really good, like, keyword wholesome feedback, which is like, thank you for teaching, thank you for being here, and that goes both ways. Like, I'm thankful they're here, I'm grateful they're here, they're thankful. It's like, it's this whole nice circle of gratitude, and it's like we're all just kind of feeding into each other. And again, it's like I've been kind of riding that feeling this whole weekend. Like, I haven't had the time to really think about how anxious I am about XYZ, because there's so much positive validation coming in on both sides. Again, like, as someone who's been in this sport for 17 years, and seeing these women who are like new to it, either new to camps, or new to seminars, or new to jiu-jitsu, and seeing, like, the curiosity, and then sharing also to that, like, oh, I just started, and, you know, I'm running into these issues, and, you know, I want to keep doing the training, but, you know, it's scary, or it's difficult, or it's frustrating, and knowing that I'm in a position to, like, just, like, hold their hand, right? Like, it's so meaningful and so powerful, actually. And I hope to keep having these type of interactions. I hope that I keep presenting myself in a way, and I keep teaching a way, or just, you know, upholding myself as someone that people can always feel comfortable in approaching, because this is a safe space. Again, like, Alchemize, Maya, Azuli, and everybody that's been working on staff, like, have been creating this wonderful safe space where we can be creative, and we can be curious, and we can venture out and ask the questions and seek answers, and also just be surrounded by other women who are passionate about the same thing for once, you know, because again, very often we're like the only ones at our academies, and it's like, and then we don't have anyone to share that with, or share those experiences with, and this very unique place where not only can we share the the experiences of, like, doing jiu-jitsu on the mat, but being a woman in jiu-jitsu on the mat, and then all the other hats that we wear in our life, being women, which is, again, it's a whole experience. I don't think people understand that. I mean, being a human being in general it's a lot, right? But I feel like, as a woman, and being in my own skin, it can be experienced in so many different ways. And, you know, I think society and environments can try to dictate how we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to live. And now we have this nice little, I don't say cocoon, but this nice little nest for the weekend where we can just be ourselves, or again, find parts of ourselves that we didn't even know were there, or open up to the selves that we've been either keeping down or pushing away or denying. So finding our authentic self, our authentic selves, it's a mouthful. Yeah, and hearing those stories from the ladies it's been very heartwarming.